Hello everybody and welcome to Waylander Gaming. This is Waylander here tonight, bringing you another most wanted list qualifier in the blue corner. Well, at least in the blue corner for now, until we get the coin toss going. We have Exodus, and on the red side we have Econ Province. These are two very strong teams, so I hope you're ready for an action-packed evening. As I see in the chat, Mark Yeager, Cyberwolf, Just Cause, welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in to watch. But as we wait for the players to enter the lobby and the action can start, well, maybe I should begin with the coin toss in the meantime. So I'm going to be typing and talking at the same time, so let's hope I don't type what I talk. And look for a coin, actually. Alright, got a coin. So let me just state to the captains, it's time for the coin toss, time for the pre-lobby bans, time to get ready for some action. So let's get Exodus, who went into the lobby first. Heads or tails? As we wait. Alright, we know. We're just gonna wait for one more player to show up. So it's tails from Gunter. So Gunter, what will it land on? And it lands on heads. So Econ gets to pick left or right. Usually everyone goes with the left. Usually. But let's see if Econ go with the left hand side. So, first pick. Alright, so we're just gonna get the teams to swap sides, and we should be ready with the lobby bans. Once they swap sides, get the lobby bans going, let's see what they're gonna be banning out. These two teams should know each other fairly well. There's a lot of very familiar names, Larsonator, Godless, Chocolate Pie, Gunter, Pan65, as we also see Aokashi Tsukino, main Bind Crusher, in the house as well. So it's Nigel, and it's going to be Lane Slayer, who's going to be our referee for the day, for the evening, for this best of 3. It is, just before anybody asks me how many games this is, it's going to be a best of 3. So will we, what do you think, right? Should we have it like I wonder, it would be so nice if we could put up more than one poll that we could have. Do you think it's gonna go into a best of 3 all the way to the 3rd game, or do you think one of your teams are gonna, whoever you're supporting is gonna take this 2-0? I wonder, what do you guys think in the chat? As we're waiting for just one more player from Econ, the captain says they are in a match, so they'll be concluding that a little bit soon. Or they should be finishing it off any minute now, and then we can get into the game. So let's just do the lobby bans in the meantime, so we can get into the action. Alright, so let's get Econ with the first ban. But so before they pick, they got a ban. Well, let's see what they're going to be doing with the first bans. Are they going to be going for some meta picks, getting rid of them nice and early, or will they be going for some respect bans? Will we see the Kagura as one of the respect bans, as we see Just Cause saying Chocolate Pie the GOAT. Just waiting for Econ to respond to this, and we can get into the matchup. So nice to have all of you with us on a Saturday evening. Saturdays, as we all know, is usually in South Africa the party nights. So we're gonna have a party going for ourselves here, with Econ up against Exodus. And as we've seen in the most wanted list so far, we've been streaming the most wanted list since Monday evening this week. This is the 6th day in a row. We've been getting through quite a lot of games. There are even more qualifiers to come, so it's not all over yet. If your team hasn't registered, I think registrations are still open, but don't quote me on that one. Just double check, join the respective group chats, Facebook communities, so you can find out exactly what's going on, and then you know for yourself what is happening. As we see Econ with the Joy and Hayabusa band, so targeting the jungler for the side of Exodus, as I'm just like opening all the wrong things. Alright, so it's going to be Exodus with the bans. Following up, Megamind has joined the lobby. So as we get Exodus's bans coming out, and then we're good to go. Hopefully everybody's pressed that ready button, and Lane Slayer can get us on the way. Just waiting for the final bans. So let's just remember this, it's Flame Princess with the Lucas and Hylos ban. So Hayabusa, Joy, Lucas and Hylos being banned out. Joy was the second most picked jungle in the M6. Hayabusa has always been strong. Not as strong as he was just a little while ago. So, well, we get to see. Lucas is just absolutely devastating. That ultimate of his is pure broken. The amount of damage it does, and the range of it, and the area of effect, the size of that AoE it's just insane. Lucas is just broken in my opinion. Hylos is a good roamer to get rid of if you don't want to face up against it. And so we're just gonna wait for Lane Slayer to be ready, and then we're good to go. Right, so everybody's ready. We're getting into the lobby. It's time for the picks and bans. There's going to be the next two bans coming out for the side of both Econ and Exodus. So let's see what strategies both teams are rocking here. Quite interested to find out. As Tsukino, Aokashi's Tsukino with the first ban for the side of Econ. Econ locking a lot of Botswanan flags there as they continue with the trend in the lobby, and hard target the jungler for the side of Exodus, getting rid of the Ling. So there's been Hayabusa, the Joy, and now a Ling. So that means they're just hoping to keep the backline safe. Definitely with the with both the Joy, Hayabusa, and well the Ling ban as well, protecting the backline. The side of Exodus continuing with banning out roams, so it looks like the Kufra has been eliminated from the equation for the side of Exodus. As we see, the votes in the chat are heavily leaning towards the side of Exodus with 78%. And finally, Econ switching up from banning out jungles to going for the Matilda roam. Matilda, quite a strong roamer at this current stage in the meta. So definitely one that you can remove. It combines with some combines with the Alpha, combines with the Fredrin, and as we know, those are two meta jungles at this stage in the season. So getting rid of that Matilda is definitely a prio if you know the enemy jungler loves to play with a Fred or Alpha. The Badang ban from the side of Exodus would have just a few seasons ago seemed ridiculous, but with the recent update, it's like every time Moonton updates anything, it's just going to be broken. So the Badang, definitely a good ban to have, as the Mlatonator rocking the Gato. The ultimate flex picks, as we would say. We don't know quite yet if it's going to be featuring on the XP or the roam position, though I would suspect the XP. Flame Princess picking up the most picked jungle in the entire of the M6 series. Flame Princess rocking the Suyu, and Chocolate Pie not going for Chocolate Pie's favorite or famous Kagura. It is going to be the Zushin pick. As we see the Pan 65, looks like he's going to be picking up the Granger with Megamind on the Camilla. So the Camilla Gato comp, so it's definitely as we expected or suspected. It's going to be the Gato in the XP lane. Camilla with the Curse Blood double Vengeance combination here. Godless might not be having the best of times on the Aerodel with two frontliners with Vengeance. You know, he might be committing suicide there. As Pan 65 with the Granger, hopefully going to combine with that Camilla, the Granger ultimate and the Curse Blood can dish out quite a bit of damage. So Sicilian is the ban for the side of Exodus. Quite a good ban, especially into the composition, and especially considering that we have a Camilla in there. You don't want to get a Sicilian Camilla combination. As we do know, or at least all of us do know, I think anyway, that Camilla gets an extra skill or two when it comes to the Sicilian, the lovers being on the field. The Monkey King himself, Sun, has been eliminated from the race. He is very, very much in the meta right now. But Gunter picking up something we don't get to see very often. It's Argus, and Argus Inspire no less. That is quite a strong pick. Argus Inspire. As Fasa looks to be the pick for Aokashi Tsukino.
Alpha is online.
Okay, wait here. Was there a lag out here? I think there's a potential lag out here because we've got like a double red streak action going on. I'm not sure if this is going to result in a redraft or is this going to be going through.
Said there are no shortcuts in life. I literally invented one.
So let's find out. Let us find out what is happening. So I'm just checking in the group chats. I'm letting the organizers make the call. This could potentially be a redraft. So this should be definitely a redraft. I think the main there, he is going through there. Alright. So we're getting a redraft in. I will see if it's a complete redraft. I think it's going to be a complete redraft. I think so. I'm not sure how this is going to work. We'll just let the organizers handle this, and then we're going to have to get back into the game itself. Once more, I think it might be a complete redraft, but I'll wait for the organizers to state exactly what is happening. But we should get to see a bit of brawl action in the mid lane. Will we, or just everybody staying in the base? As we're watching the recall spams, as everybody makes it through the mid lane. Okay, not everybody. Just some people. It's gonna be the redraft. What's up, Leroy? Welcome to the stream. We're just watching the mid lane brawl. Stun comes out onto the Zushin with that lantern of hers trying to lift somebody up. Alpha with a bit of poke. There's the Suyu. Just hitting onto the Gato as we're watching a 4v4 happen here in the mid lane. Two people taunted up. There's Hayabusa dashing in and out. It's gonna be Flame Princess underneath the tower. First blood. Alright, the timer has ticked its way down. We should get the surrender coming through fairly soon as we see another kill. And it's gonna be the Hayabusa just dancing around there as Gunter almost ends his life. Alright, so we're gonna get into the redraft just so that we're just gonna have to remind the teams to remember what those bans were for the next time that we get into this. I'm just gonna wait for the lobby to be created. No, sure, and this is just a straight redraft. It happened because the Hayabusa was picked, but it was one of the lobby bans, so it shouldn't have been picked, and so they were just trolling one another in the mid lane. Alright, so it's not going to be a complete redraft, so we won't have to worry about the lobby bans or anything like that. We can just... Okay, maybe I should... Let me just create the lobby myself instead of waiting for everybody. I'll just get everyone into said lobby. And let me also get our referee. Where are you, referee? Referee? Don't leave me. We need your help. There we go. Ref has joined. Everybody's ready. Unlock the mythic battlefield. So we just remind everybody. Alright, so it's gonna be the same picks as Godless is reminding everyone. Hi, Joy Lucas, I had us this band. So it's gonna be the same picks except for the Hayabusa. Let's get started. Alright, so back to the lobby we are, but I don't think we have much to discuss this round as it's already been discussed before.
Where is my target?
As we'll just see some weird bands coming through. Everybody knew what they picked up. The Gatos, the Camillas, the Zoshans, the Suyus, the Alphas. And we should expect to see a mage pick at some point in time. But let's get a see. Let's wait. It's just the one mage that's gonna be different. They're just making doubly certain and banning out the Hayabusa. What a troll there from Exodus. As I see, slowly but surely, it is the squad dropping down in favor of... It's still in favor of Exodus, right? But slowly but surely, the Econ members of Econ fans are entering the live stream,
Sir,
getting their
what's your
votes in.
command?
Muscle of iron, bones of steel.
So we've got
Sagittarius
14
guides
votes
my
so
arrow.
far.
Butterfly is born by thy wish.
So I'm definitely interested. If you haven't voted, please press that vote. Put your opinion in there. We at the
Not even
on the
my
stream would be
enemies.
very interested to find out what you think. It is postponed, Malone. It is only the first game. Ruan, you did not miss anything. So the action is about to kick off. If you're wondering about missing bans and weird picks and stuff, we did have a redraft. So the picks are already what we know them to be. The only one change will be for the side of Econ, picking up the Farsa.
Diggy is my name.
The Dragonborn.
As you can see, like Zilong and stuff is being banned out. Postpone saying that the Gato is an auto win. I sometimes tend to agree with that statement though. That Gato is just way too overpowered. So we just expect the Alpha and the Camilla pick to come through for the side of Econ, and Chip for the side of Exodus, as they will be locking onto those heroes now, and we should be a-okay. It's sorted for the first game.
True love is like blood.
Who said there are no
Thanks for that, Holu.
I literally invented one.
Just to remind everybody what happened previously. So Leroy, why do you think the Gato is gonna be in trouble? Because he's up against an Argus with Inspire? I don't know. Yeah, she does to a certain degree, but it depends on whether Gato is going to be your initiator or not. So if he's not the initiator, it'll be the Camilla that's going to have a hard time dealing with the Zushin. But Camilla is just there to land the cursed blood. It's going to be Gato that can get in with the follow-up with that avatar of Guardian. That's the thing about it. So it's always whoever's going to be the front line that Zushin is going to be controlling. And when you've got a tank / support roamer and, well, a tank on your XP lane, you have two front lines. Also considering Alpha as well is a bit of a frontliner and can dish out the damage. So Chip will have to be very careful when engaging onto anybody. But as we've seen from Exodus so far, they are a very strong team. They layer their fights quite nicely. So this is definitely going to be an intense and exciting matchup. But into the game we go, as we once again start, we're watching both jungles start on the same side. Megamind on the Camilla was a little bit slow to get there. I thought there was a little bit of lag, but back in action, as both jungles having fairly about the same amount of a clear rate. But the Zushin did have the faster time getting the mid lane pushed in. But making a rotation towards the XP lane, just scouting the bushes out here as the roams and mages, Zushin frontlining as per usual. It gets stunned up, a bit of poke there from the Farsa. Once again, wants to engage into the Farsa here. Throws out a few skills. As Camilla, she doesn't have the stun quite yet. As Alpha does go across, pops that retry, takes the Litho to his side, and is making the movement across to finish off his small camp. Ooh, the Irithel there just denying her jungle level 4. As Suyu did manage to pick up the level 4, jumps in there, just gets a bit of slash onto main on the Alpha. But both teams now get into the safety positions, as I like to call them. A bit of zoning out going by the Zushin once more, which is what we expect from the Zushin. And so it is now rinse and repeat, moving across the map. Suyu using that mobility of his to try and steal one of the small camps away from the Alpha. He's popping his skills here. Alpha is trying to get through here, but I think it's going to be Flame Princess getting the extra bit of rotation. So some quick aggressive plays there from Flame Princess. Beautifully done. The neutral objective, however, should go to the Alpha, though the Argus did try to get a bit of steal there, but has to hop, skip, and jump back to safety. So far, things are fairly even. Both jungles, will they be trying to push the level 5? Flame Princess already level. Oh, there's the engagement here onto the Farsa, using the flicker to get away. As Main trying to get that level 5 with his blue buff. He should be able to get it. Yes, he does. Suyu starting off the turtle, but it's been pulled quite nicely by Megamind. Gato wants to land a bit of skills here with a taunt. There's the Argus going in onto the Camilla. She has to pop the Vengeance. Is there the follow-up? It's the Wretch. She does manage to go off, and it's the Suyu who gets it. He's into the backline, engaging onto the Farsa, but first blood. Going with the way of Exodus, it was Gato trying to deal with everyone. He was in a 3v1 situation, tanked as much as he could, and he's taken down. Bind Crusher here on the chip, using that super quick rotation ability of his to try to get the engagement onto Pan Pan. Pan Pan in a bit of danger here. Just use the dash skill, has to use the flicker. Zushin wants to land this up, but it's going to be the Granger. Oh, she does get lifted up, but the Forza, she's in there with a Feather Strike. Gets lifted up, it gets cancelled. The Erythel, she's in a bit of a dangerous position as the Alpha and Granger combine to get another kill to make that two onto the board. As we see the Avatar of Guardian come out from Mlbb, but did not connect onto anybody. XP Laner did make the rotation across. So the kill's now 2-2, but the gold lead is in the favor of Exodus as they pick up Megamind for another kill. Lots of aggression being shown by both teams as we see this Argus using the fact that he can push towers from at will, as long as he has his ultimate up to take a ton of gold from the turret. As we see, it's about a 2.3k gold lead, or 2.2k gold lead. The invade happening here by the side of Exodus. The Retri comes out a little bit too early from the Alpha, but that little bit of extra damage ensured that he did manage to land that, or keep his buff. So Alpha now wants to make a quick rotation towards the gold lane. He is using quite an aggressive rotation policy. He's going to take the small camp, doesn't know where the Erythel is, so not setting up for any ganks just yet. Got this getting poked out here by... Ooh, there's the Spear of Alpha. It's going to land. It lands onto the Erythel, but the Feather Strike there was committed, however, not onto anybody. A bit premature, I would say, with that. So another kill going to the side of Econ here, but Flame Princess taking this buff down, exchanging it. However, Alpha here, nice blue buff steal, but there's the chip engaging into the bot lane. It was Pan Pan on that Granger taken down, but there's a Zushin solo kill onto this Camilla. Camilla not having the nicest time here. Chocolate Pie uses the dash from the jungle to get back to the mid and misses, doesn't even miss a beat, let alone miss a creep. No minions lost. There's the engagement. Fasa with the ultimate out, saving the Alpha. Lots of damage being dealt, but there's Godless here. He's trying to get some amount of poke. Suyu's back in, but has to disengage. But the Gato, he's gonna land the taunt. Does he get the Avatar of Guardian? He's being lifted up. The Cursed Blood does come down. Gato with a taunt. He may manage to take down the Zushin, but the Gato is taken down in response. It's a 1-for-1 exchange, but here we see Gunter once more on this Argus. He's just like the pushing king at this moment in time. Fossa trying to zone away. There's Alpha with the Spear of Alpha. Argus pops that ultimate. Turret or no turret, he's just tanking it all. Gets the kill onto main on the Alpha. As we see the invade one more time. Flame Princess is quite low health. Does she have the Retri? Yes, does have the Retri. Pops the Retri, gets away. Chip with the ultimate, bringing in the team there. The Vengeance being popped by the Camilla, lifted up by the Zushin once more. Zushin's not quite done yet. Lifting up the Gato as well. Yes, Gato tries to engage the Feather Strike from the Fossa, doing as much damage as possible. Godless almost taken down there. The Vengeance almost being the end, but there was just way too many people for the Gato to deal with, to tank through. It was 5v1. He didn't tank quite as much as he could. Almost took down the marksman, but was killed. As we take a look at the timer, it's just 1 second left for the turtle in this game. This will be the third and final turtle. Will we see it being rushed out here, or will the side of Exodus, who do have the map control right now, be waiting for this to turn to Lord? They're like, no, 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 Lord, we want the gold. Give me the money. Show me the money. Speaking about money, look at the gold lead for them. It is a 4k gold lead at this, the 7-minute mark in the game. So Exodus with the map control, with the kill lead and the gold advantage right now, they're going to be hoping to take down some tier 3 turrets, maybe even bring this to an end. Erythel with a poke here onto the Gato. But Gato, he doesn't care too much about this. While we're watching the exchange here, looks like there might be something happening on the bot lane. Let's just get the screen switch across. Oh, the Gato lifted up by the Zushin. The Vengeance has been popped. the Camilla taking so much damage. Avatar of Guardian from that Gacha. Well, now it's 6k. If you have to look at what it was actually it was 5k. 17 to 22. It's just picked up. Once more, there's the engagement. There's a follow-up in there. The Revitalize coming up from Nagato. There's so much damage. The CC from the chip. The Heaven Strike is landing, but the side of Exodus with this August to tank everything into the base. It's a 4-for-nothing exchange. The Lord has been taken down. One of the shields have been popped. August, will he be trying to actually go in for that one tier 3 turret? No, it looks like they're just satisfied Exodus with taking down the shields. Maybe they're waiting for the waves to sync up once more. They are wanting to go for a bit of a mid lane push here, but Econ are respawning. Ooh, lots of damage being taken by Megamind on that Camilla, as Aerothel just focusing onto the turret. Gato jumping in there, could not manage to land the taunt. Aerothel just dishing it out here, but Granger wants to return the favor. Lands the first skill onto Aerothel. She's taken down a half health and has to disappear. And with all of this, the Lord's back up again once more. It's still not the it's well, actually just back up now. It's not the enhanced Lord. It is the Lord at the 9-minute mark. So right now we're looking at almost a 10k gold lead in the favor of Exodus. This is quite strong from them. How are the side of Econ going to respond to this? Let's get to see. Can they get the defense going? They did a fairly decent job with the defense, although they did lose 4 members. There's the Suyu Flame Princess just jumping in, poking her quite a bit onto the Alpha there. The Lord making its way up the top lane. As we're watching both teams just try to sync up their waves, and one team tried to not sync up the waves. It's Exodus, they're hoping to get their 3 waves all in order, as we do see the 3 waves about to crash simultaneously. Nice from them syncing the waves up, as they hope to put the necessary amount of pressure, take down the tier 3 turrets. The mid lane has been taken down. It's a 2 or a 3-2 split going on. The Lord is into the base. It's going to be the chip. He's engaging there. He does pop the Revitalize. Aerothel into the backline. The Feather Strike from the Farsa landing onto one. But the damage there from the Argus, he doesn't care about anything. He just popped the ultimate. He will. Oh my goodness. 1 HP escapes by the Argus. As we see, 4 down. It's just the Farsa left alive. The Lord is still there. Suyu engaging onto the Farsa. Taken down right in front of the base. As we should see the first game go to Exodus in a commanding fashion. So nicely played by the side of Exodus. Very, very strong performance from them. Will Econ be able to drag this out to the 3rd game by evening the series up 1-1, or will Exodus just prove to be too strong and take this 2-0? Let's get into the lobby, create another lobby, and get to see, as we will have both teams switching sides. Let me just get this lobby created, get the players in here. We will see the positional swap from them. So into the next game we go. Just gotta wait for the referee. Where are you, referee? Invite the referee. Right, we're just gonna wait for the referee to come and join me in the referee's box in the spectators lounge. So to everybody tuning in, welcome to the stream. This is the 2nd game of a best of 3. It was Exodus with a very strong performance, taking the first game in a commanding fashion. However, Econ, have they learned from the previous game? How will they be adjusting to deal with us? Let me just get this mythic battlefield unlocked and ask Exodus for their bans. So we're getting into the lobby bans once more. It's into the game we go. So Jasko is saying this Exodus is taking us 2-0. Let's get a see. Let us watch. Alright, microphone has been checked. Everything's been sorted out. It's going to be no bans just yet. Just waiting for the bans. More or less for the captains. Okay, so it's going to be Gunter banning out the Lucas and Hylos as we wait for Econ with their bans. So it's once again the exact same bans. It's Lucas, Hylos, Joy, and Hayabusa as the lobby bans. Same as the first game. Let's get into the picks. I'm just going to tell teams we're starting now. Well, I'm busy typing and there's nothing on screen. Alright, so we've got everything sorted out. Everybody is ready. We're going to get into the normal banning phase of the game. Alright, so it's Chocolate Pie for the side of Exodus with the first ban this time. What is going to be the ban? Do you think they're going to be going for a very similar ban and draft to the first game that worked so well for them? They're going to mix and match it up. So once again, just like the first match, exactly the same 5 first bans, but this time around it's Econ changing things up and banning out the Zushin, which is understandable after the previous game.
The Immortal One chose me to vanquish the
So
shadow
Exodus
that
getting
plagued
rid
this
of the
world.
Suyu. So it looks like Flame Princess is going to be switching jungles to something else, as the Suyu has been eliminated from the equation. Mlatonator for the side of Econ coming through with the next ban.
Always on the way.
So once again, the Matilda has been banned out. So very similar to the first game. It means both teams have done their homework on one another and are trusting said homework. Chocolate Pie picking up the Sicilian as Sicilian was open, so Sicilian is taken. As we see Yika Hyper Gaming shouting out to main, welcome to the stream, Yika. I almost thought we were going to have another redraft. I would have been a little bit pissed off for that. As a Megamind at the last second, changing to the Akai, trolling me hard there. Pan 65 once again locking onto the Granger as Godless on the Aerothel once more by the looks of it, but let's get a see.
I have long awaited this glorious day.
Sagittarius guides my
Looks
arrow.
like it's going to be Gunter picking up the Lapu as we see Leroy shouting out, "We wanna see chocolate on the keg." Kai into a Sicilian. And looks like main picking up the Julian. We have seen some fantastic Julian plays, especially from Johan from the side of Crimson Titans, who featured yesterday. Did not get to pick his Julian as it was banned out, but in the previous games, did some devastating things on that Julian.
True love is like blood.
So the Camilla ban coming out from the side of Econ. So no Camilla available for Bind Crusher to pick up. He still has that chip that we saw him use so effectively in the first game. Is he going to go for the chip combo one more time? Since it is open, but he's going to ban out the Gatto.
Bones of steel.
As we see Mlatonator hovering around the... Actually, a couple of XP laners. But looks like it's going to be Arlott. Into the composition that they have, Arlott Akai could prove to be a very good combination. But it looks like it's going to be the Badang. That could prove to be very interesting. If Badang lands that second skill onto a couple of people and Akai is there with a heavy spin, where are you going to actually go? Never gave that particular combination any amount of thought. That could be interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. So Flame Princess looks like she's going for the Ling. So that's going to give the side of Exodus a lot of split push potential, as well as the ability to dive the backline. Bind Crusher locking onto the Belleric here. That pick I'm not too sure about. Maybe they want to use it to get some AoE lockdown for the frontliners for the side of Econ. But I would have thought the chip pick would have worked quite nicely. Now, the mage choice for the side of Econ. Gonna have to be careful because of the Ling now. You're gonna be looking at thinking, okay, what do I need? A Kagura could work nicely into dealing with the Ling. But it's going to be the Novaria. So they want to use that, the vision that she supplies. Possibly also extend the range for Badang to land that second skill of his. This is something very interesting. Let's just keep an eye on this chat. Let's just keep an eye to see how often we get to see the Badang Akai combo going through. I'd like to see if it's going to be something that could prove to be a twist in the tail, shall we say, in terms of draft picking. Very, very interesting. So as we wait for everybody's internet speeds to catch up, get into the lobby. This is going to be an exciting game. Let's see if Econ can even out the series, bring it 1-1. Or will we see Exodus, like the chat thinks, storm through to a 2-0. Recall spams left, right, and center from Exodus. As we just watch both teams, it's Link starting off with his red buff first, excuse me. So making the rotation towards the gold lane, and the same with Julian. So we should see a bit of a clash there around the neutral objectives, which is the litho and the gold crab. Will we see a full-on engagement around those neutral objectives, or will there be a bit of poke from either team? I'd like to see, as Mawagi Quincy says, sorry you're late, that's okay, you're here for this part of the action. You can always rewind. That's the beauty of having the stream on YouTube. You got time to rewind. As it looks like a mini engagement. Ooh, nice skill shot there from the Novaria. Belleric trying to zone out, taking a lot of damage from the Julian, but they are getting a ton of poke onto the Akai. However, the small cap, the litho, does go the way of the red team there. Oh, there's the engagement of the Belleric. Bind Crusher, he is in a bit of trouble. He's taken down by that enhanced first skill off the... Oh, but my goodness, there's the Ling. He dived in here. He has to commit the Tempest of Blades. 1, 2, Blades. Just get out of dodge there. Doesn't want to be engaged upon Novaria. Surviving through all of that. There's Godless making the rotation. Does he know that Main is in position to try and get towards him? I think he sensed it. Decides to go through the safer route. So the first blood going to the side of Econ. as Megamind is engaged upon once more by this Belleric. He is quite low, but the Badang and Lapu, that's what we're going to be interested in. Who's going to get that level 4 first? As Badang is trying to take the small camp down here, it's a Lapu with the level 4. Wants to get a bit of poke. It would be really nice if you can get the XP laner out of the way before this objective. But both jungles just clearing out the jungle. For now, they want to have the Retri advantage. That level 5 Retri. Ling is just a little bit delayed here, as Main having the nicer time. Ooh, there's the engagement here onto the Akai. Lapu dishing out the damage, as it's going to be the Akai taken down. But there's Ling. Ling here with a follow-up, engaging onto the Julian, taking down the Julian. The Bat's Feast from the Sicilian with the Sanguine Claws. Will we see the kill onto Mlato? Mlato with a flicker to safety, but Novario with another skill shot onto the Flame Princess on the Ling. But with that second skill, Dashes should be able to sustain through all of this. Doesn't have the blue buff to get that little bit of extra life steal. Ooh, my word, look at that from the Novaria once more. She's really hitting those skills as Akai wants to get the engagement. The Wrath of Dryads does get committed by Bind Crusher, but Flame Princess on the Ling just too low to actually go in for the engagement. And Chocolate Pie did commit that beef. Oh my goodness, look at that. Is Akai going in? The Tempest of Blades had to be landed. Meanwhile, we've got Chocolate Pie versus 3. Heavy Spin coming out, but doesn't manage to pin the Chocolate Pie down. She just sustains through everything there. Oh, look at that from Chocolate Pie. Almost 1 HP with a flicker, managing to get the kill. Oh my goodness, what a play from Chocolate Pie. But here we see the engagement. Lapu with a beautiful rotation. Hammer on the head, or rather should we say great sword to the face of Akai as Akai is taken down. So back to the XP lane. There's the invade here from the Ling. Ling quite low. Has to escape the attentions of Main there on the Julian, who did manage to secure his blue buff. As we see Mlato sensing the opportunity to get an engagement onto the Ling. Novaria just popping the skills there, giving the vision to the team. As well, we see the Julian try and steal this buff there. Flame Princess just a bit wide. There's the Lapu. He is coming in here, going in for everybody. Heavy Spin does come out. There's a Wrath of Dryads catching on to 2. Lapu takes down 1. Cecilian the other. Julian caught up with a Sanguine Claws. Will we see the follow-up? And on second skill, will this be the safety? Oh my word. Chocolate Pie with a blast from the past, sending the Julian back on that long road to Shanghai. Back to the base you go. My goodness, this game's got a lot of action here, as it's a 7-2 kill count to the side of Exodus right now. Lapu doing what a job this Lapu has been doing in terms of his engagement. It's wonderful when you have an XP laner with no fear and the ability to land those skills. Akai, Megamind trying to get the rotation across here. We haven't seen that Badang heavy spin combo coming out just yet, but let's see. Mlatonator is in the position. He does have the flicker. Will we see the combination? He does get this off here. Heavy spin, trying to CC everybody, but it's gonna be the Wrath of Dryads as the counter engage. Ling just dishing out the damage there, as it's a double kill for the Ling. Delayed the engagement. Danger pushing his lane through and sensing some danger. Pan trying to get back to the safety of the bushes in between the 2 turrets. He's like, I know something's coming. It's like that sound for the Jaws music. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. As the Granger is engaged underneath the turret. Novaria throwing out the skills just to get the vision. It's unstoppable for the Ling. Turret has been taken down. The disengage from the side of Exodus. Oh, but there's Chocolate Pie. Chocolate Pie with Adamant's beautiful dash out from the Julian there, avoiding the Sanguine Claws. Did go for the enhanced first skill, but using it to get out of harm's way. But look at this from the Sicilian. Chocolate Pie really starting to hurt. Julian, oh, get caught in the Wrath of Dryads. What a pick up there. What a catch from Bind Crusher there. As we see the Akai. Akai is quite low. Iratel wants to land the poke. Akai dancing around there, but takes the final bit of damage as Ling is into the back line there. However, We see the Novaria wants to escape, flickers out of contention. Once more lands the shot onto the Belleric. Belleric quite low health, has to retreat. But Doug, meanwhile, seizing the opportunity to try to get a wave push. Does he want to engage onto anybody? Is he going to be chasing the Belleric? Who's he going to be chasing? It's the Erithel. Lands the ultimate, but doesn't manage to stand. Erithel stun on anybody. Now he gets the second skill off, but is taken down in double quick time. So Exodus right now 13-2. They have a 5.2 gold lead in their favor, and this is with the third turtle coming up. Will we see Ling start this turtle, or will they just wait the next 27 seconds or so to allow it to turn to the Lord? Oh, once more, Kai getting engaged upon. He had a little bit of poke going for himself, but it's just not enough doing. Oh, there's Main getting scouted out by the Lapu. That's not a person that you want to be engaged upon. Lapu did come with the ultimate, but there's Link trying to get into the backline. We do hear the sound of the Lord sounding out here, as we should expect Belleric to push the lane just to try and create a bit of map control for his team. Once that mid lane's pushed, it will allow Link just the opportunity he needs to take his blue buff and get all the way towards this. But we see the Erithel quite extended here, just causing a bit of distraction so that oh, there's the engagement onto the Kai, uses the heavy spin, manages to get to safety. But Erithel causing the distraction on the top lane to create the perfect space for her team to start taking this Lord. By Crusher helping out the jungler here, though I think Flame Princess does have the Horse Claws going, so should be able to sustain through all of this. It's Gunter that's providing the vision, and Erithel and Sicilian using the range of theirs to just control the movement off the side of Econ Province. Oh, once more, there's the engagement here onto Mlatinator. He's taken down. Looks like this could be the end, as the Leroy saying that it is the end. But Leroy, I know it is quite a healthy gold lead. It's almost an 8k gold lead to the side of Exodus, but I've seen stranger things happen. In fact, don't you want to see a third game? Don't you wanna? Once more, Kai is quite low. There's a Lapu lands a CC, even with the heavy spin, not enough to keep himself alive. So that's no Roma. Ooh, there's the Erithel. She's into the backline, manages to pick up the Granger. The follow-up from the Sicilian. The Bat's Feast does come out there from Chocolate Pie on the Sicilian. The Lord all the way up to the base. The base is gonna be exposed. The tier 3 turret has fallen. As we see the three members for the side of Exodus moving in here. Erithel, the Wrath of Triads does land. Erithel, does she manage to get the control? It's a Belleric, but the stun coming out from the Badang, as Erithel does get the return kill. The mid lane being pushed in here. Lapu wants to try and take down the turret. Erithel is just after everybody. She's like, I don't want to push, I want to fight. The same with Ling here, as we do see Econ having to managing to defend to a certain degree, but Exodus on the retreat, as they know the waves have been now reset. The mid lane is coming through. Sicilian zoning everybody out from here, as we should expect to see Godless focusing onto this turret. They want to take this tier 3 turret down, but it is the wave that is melted beforehand. The Erithel there not being able to finish that off, as Novaria does have quite a decent amount of wave clear. Once again, it's Sicilian with the Bat's Feast just onto everybody. Oh, Julian with the knock-up. But there's Ling into the backline. Mega kill for the Erithel. Tempest of Blaze does land from the Ling. He's dancing around there as they manage to take down the Badang as well. Mid lane being pushed in here. Could this be the end? Erithel, she wants to get this lock on. Lapu zoning everybody out. The waves came just in time to try and get the Exodus the inability to lock onto the tower here, as Erithel's trying to create the angle for herself. She has the lock going here, pops the ultimate, and we see a game set match going to the side of Exodus, taking this 2-0. So as it stands, it is Exodus with a very strong performance in both games. moving through in the most wanted list qualifiers. But well played to both teams. Econ Province put up a good fight, but it was Exodus proving way too strong, too hot to handle, like a pizza straight out of the oven, taking this 2-0. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that will be the conclusion for tonight's Mobile Legends streams. And well, I think the streams for the evening. Today a bit of a short day in terms of the streams. I know normally we would have another stream following this up, but it's been a long day for me. I've been at work for like over 12 hours. So I'm a bit tired. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but some rest is necessary. But I'd just like to say, don't you stress, don't you fret. We will be back live tomorrow with more Mobile Legends tournament games. The MLBB Most Wanted list will be continuing qualifiers from tomorrow as well. We've got a few more games coming up. And from next week, Monday, we will be back with the custom streams. For those of you who love the horror franchise, sadly, I will say that the Outlast stream did end yesterday. Last night, Scarpskenko concluded the Outlast stream. We'll be looking at another horror game to get it up, because it seems that everyone really loves to watch a sheep with no bleep scream like a girl. So we will hopefully get that up going once again very, very soon. We will have some other Subnautica, Throne and Liberty potentially tomorrow as well. But as usual, thank you for tuning in to watch the game with me this evening. And if you haven't already, please drop a like, share and subscribe. You really would be helping us out on the channel. But from myself, Waylander, and the Waylander team, this is gonna be goodbye and good night. Hope you're having a lovely, lovely Saturday evening. And we will see you all tomorrow, Sunday, for the next round. Thank you once again for watching.